Welcome to my bikini prep mini episodes. This is number one. I've gone back and forth of whether I should do kind of vlog style for this journey, and I figure why not? We're gonna make them mini episodes because I'm not a vlogger. We are not gonna be watching 30-minute vlogs while you're on the Stairmaster. Just a great way to share information, especially as it's my first journey and everything that I am learning. Okay, so I am doing my first competition. I am 41. I'm about to be 42 in December. And I used to be really into this world. 2012 to like 2015, 2016, I feel like there has also been a little resurgence in competing. But back then, my Instagram was full of competitors. My YouTube, I followed a lot of competitors and I would watch their daily, really long vlogs as I was getting ready. I loved it for a really long time and I really wanted to do it. In fact, I went to a show in 2012 and I went to a second show in 2015, both local here. I just lacked the confidence. Part of me is like, I was smaller then. And maybe it would have been a little easier then, but I also didn't have the muscle and I was not in the right mental headspace. This journey, as we continue getting on into prep, will drain you and it will challenge you. And as somebody who did have a eating disorder background, I know a lot of competitors who didn't have an eating disorder background and then they developed them. And so I just feel like mentally I'm in a much healthier place now to be able to do it and to understand that as you get through your journey and you're closer to show day and then you go into peak week and stage lean is not realistic. And I think I really understand that a little bit better now than I probably would have then. For a lot of people, it can really be a mind fuck because you look shredded and you look your best. You may not be the healthiest at that weight and at that size, and then you work your way back up. I'm doing it. So I did share on my Instagram that I am doing it. I am working with a coach. I did follow this coach for a while and I liked her approach over 10 years ago. A lot of their coaches, I felt like did things really unhealthily. And also the competitors took some things under their own to do things that were really not healthy and then led to other issues. Following my coach, following how she has been coaching some of her people, I feel like she has a really good grasp on it. And at the ultimate has my health in mind at all phases and then for sure post show. I haven't quite signed up for my first show. I'm hoping this weekend that I will. I've gotten questions like, why didn't I then and why now? There are so many women after 40, they do their first show. I do think that there is a little sense of confidence and self-worth that when you hit your 40s, something like there's a switch happens. And I really I've always been very self-conscious. I don't know. It was something was gnawing at me all of last year. You should do this. You should do this. And I was like, what? My For You page on Instagram started changing. I started following more people who are competing, people I don't even know, have never followed them before. And the more I followed it, the more I was like excited for it. I think that with that shift, something that switches, and I had this sense of this is one of those things that you'll regret. I have like two big regrets from childhood. I regret that I quit gymnastics because now when I see people do things, I'm like, that's so cool. And I quit playing piano. I was never great at it, but I hated to practice. But I think it's so cool that people can play the most amazing songs and just like you pop in somewhere and there's a piano and you can just wow everybody with your piano skills. So I really feel like you should live your life without a lot of regrets. I don't feel like I have pretty many regrets in life, but if I didn't do this and just see if I could do this, I think I would regret it. We're doing it and we're doing it scared, like scared freaking shitless. We are scared. If you know me, I don't even like to wear a regular bathing suit. I don't wear a cheeky bathing suit. Suits are very small pieces of cloth with sparkles on them. I still don't quite know how I'm going to put it on, but since I put it out there publicly, something has started to change in my brain of like, you're going to wear it, you're going to do it. You are going to be scared as hell and, nervous, but it's part of the whole shebang of doing a competition. Okay, so a couple questions I have got online are what did I do prior to working with my coach and what has really changed since working with my coach? I cannot speak for all coaches or all people coming into the sport. for me personally, since I kind of knew last year I had this pull of you should compete. You need to compete. Yes, it's a sport that you're judged on the way you look on stage, but they are looking for symmetry. They are really looking for rounded glutes. They look for rounded caps on your shoulders, rounded glutes, and a smaller glute hammy tie-in in the back. It's where you can see like your hamstrings starting to separate and have a little tie-in to the glute. When you're on stage, you may feel like you have a really good package, but then you don't know who you're competing against. So some other girls can show up with a better package. And I think that is kind of exciting too, because it'll push you and motivate you to step up your game a little bit. What did I start doing at the end of last year? Since for over a decade plus, actually even longer than that, I always did my workouts at the house. You guys, if you follow me forever, you know I was like a Beachbody coach since 2014. I'm still an affiliate with Beachbody. I love home workouts. I'm a natural introvert. What can I do from the house? I'm a natural homebody. I love them and they help build me a good foundation. I also am a instructor and trainer. And so days that I was teaching classes in the mornings at the gym, I would do one of my Beachbody workouts from the app from my phone at the gym prior to classes. And I did that for so long. Last year, I had already been doing like a year of one of our programs is called Dig Deeper. It was a structured Beachbody program by Shanti. And it's really about teaching you strength training, but body recomposition. And so what that also means is your weight, like somebody, I love looking at people's before and afters, and their weight isn't much difference, but their body looks like the after looks like they should be like 15 plus pounds lighter, but sometimes there's only like a 4 pound difference. But you're recompositioning your body, you're rebuilding your body, you're changing the physique of your body without it being necessarily a weight focus. And you can do that strategically with strength training. I started going really hard in that program, really pushing myself to go heavier in the weights that we had at the house. I'm still intimidated at times in the gym, and I know nobody's looking at me because I'm not looking at them, but it's still a thing. My husband has a work gym, and I started going with him to his work gym at least 2 days a week. They have cable machines there. I was able to add more things for really trying to build my back. And from January to like even March, I saw such a difference in the muscles in my back, just focusing on, well, lifting heavier in specific lifting exercises, but also adding in the cables and the pulleys in specific back and shoulder exercises. Also with the cables, I was adding glute kickbacks, which is huge. A great exercise in building the glutes, and there's a lot of variations in kickbacks. And so I was just having more access to different things, allowing my body to move in different ways that I'm a little more limited to at the house. Monday nights, I teach at a gym. And so I started going in like an hour early on Monday nights. And I would do a few more glute focused things that I had access to at that gym that isn't at his gym. And then on Friday mornings, I teach. And so, same thing, I started going in earlier on Fridays and having access to machines and cables and things I didn't have at the house. A year ish on just repeating the program, Dig Deeper. I started adding in this extra with gym stuff, thinking about, okay, glutes is a major focus in the sport, shoulders, back, like having a good physique, and core. All of that has really, really helped. I think that I haven't had as long of a time in prep. I still keep telling my coach, are you sure you think I'm ready to do in August and not have to push it back? But she assured me if I want to do in August that she thinks that I am ready. I started with her in April, but I didn't officially start with her till like the first full week into April. So like April 6th. So what's the difference between her workouts and mine? She's got 3 lower body days. I was doing 2 lower body days. Lower body, I'm going to give you my workout split. People will ask on Instagram, what's the workout split? This is what my workout split. So day 1, which is Mondays, is a glute focused lower body. Day 2 is back and shoulders with a bigger emphasis on your rear delts. Day 3 is another lower body. It's hamstrings and glutes. Day 4 is chest, biceps, and triceps. Day 5 is back and shoulders volume. Day 6 is quads and glutes. And day 7, which is Sundays, is about a 30-minute mobility. And Ryan and I, my husband and I, have been going for like really long walks. 3 to 4 miles, depending on the Sunday morning. If it's raining, I just on my walking pad and I just, try to do 30 minutes on my walking pad. I had minimized my cardio. I had really picked up throughout the pandemic walking, 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 so many health benefits. Doing 15 minutes a day walking or more. A lot of times if we're doing our walks, it's more than 15 minutes, but on my plan, it's at least 15 minutes, plus still teaching some of my classes. So what's really changed is I now have 3 lower body days. I've already had taken out HIIT. We'll see if she ever adds any HIIT in. She does have 10 minutes of running, which I for sure was not doing at the beginning of working with her. And then I started doing sprints. Sprints, if you're going to run, is the best benefit. You're like, you go hard for 20 seconds and then you rest, and you go hard for 20 seconds and then you rest. And I need to get back to that, but I had tweaked something in my Achilles, and so that scared me, and I stopped and really rested it. Really, in terms of that, things have not changed. And the beauty with her, she has her own fitness app. She gives me the structured plan, but if it's days that I have access to a gym, I can substitute an exercise for another exercise, or I can add on. So she built it specifically for me, knowing that I basically, I had to list all the equipment that I had at the house. And then, of course, days that I'm at the gym, if I can take advantage of and challenge myself a little more. So we are registered. I hope this has been interesting. I'm learning so much. So I just want to take you along for the ride. If you're a first timer bikini competitor, we're in this together. And or if you're just interested in following the journey, or maybe down the road you decide you want to compete. So stay tuned. We're going to go over food scale and nutrition in the next video. And then we'll talk about cost. Did not understand the cost of this expensive freaking hobby. I think I need a 4th job. We're going to go over suits and cost and all that in episode 3. So come on back.